Hey everyone, so today's video is going to be a fun video. Today I'm going to be sharing with you guys my top products of 2015. So today's products that I'm going to show you is going to consist of products from both the drugstore and also high-end. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump on into the video because I got a lot to show you guys here. We're gonna start off with foundation today. I have two drugstore and two higher end. So the first one I want to show you is the one that I'm wearing right now. So this is the CoverGirl Outlet Stay Fabulous foundation. This one is actually supposed to be a foundation, and I believe it's a concealer or a primer mixed in one. This foundation is great because for me, this guy just tends to hold up all day. I sometimes don't even have to blot my face at all, or I only have to do it like one time. The next drugstore foundation that I want to talk about is the Holy Grail. I think everyone likes this. So this is the Maybelline Matte and Poreless foundation. Now this is the sequel to the original Dewy and Smooth, which I have in my collection, but that's a no bueno for me. This one is exactly as it says. I don't know how great it works for the pores for me. I do have pores in this area of my face. However, this foundation stays matte pretty much all day and kind of works similar to this one. Doesn't settle in the lines. The shade selection, I believe, is not that great, especially if you're of a deeper skin complexion. But I recently found out today via social media that they have now come out with some new colors, both darker and lighter, to complement and supplement the shades that they originally have. And I know this is gonna be even more of a plus for everyone, so definitely go ahead and check it out. And by the way, I didn't mention it, but I wear the shade 330 Toffee Caramel. The first high-end foundation that I want to show you guys is one that not a lot of people talk about at all, but I really want to shed some light on this foundation because it does amazing things, especially during the summer. This is the Smashbox Studio Skin 15-Hour Wear Hydrating Foundation. This foundation right here is the bomb.com. For me, I don't feel like this foundation gives me a hydrating look. I tend to wear this foundation during the summer because number one, it's a little bit too dark for me, and number two, it also keeps my face very matte. I should also tell you guys that I do have a combination oily skin type. I pretty much like this foundation for the same reason as the other foundations. Doesn't settle in my fine lines and doesn't make me greasy. And again, this is just my number one foundation that I like to wear for the summertime. The next one is no stranger to the beauty community at all. This is the MAC Studio Fix Fluid. Now this baby right here is amazing. I love it for the same exact reasons. This is great for full coverage. Like if you're going for that super glam, you got a event to go to, I personally grab for this because it just does wonders. Like for me, it photographs really well and you don't have to like do a lot of spot concealing. So next we're gonna move on to lip products. Now if you're on social media or you watch YouTube or you like makeup at all, you would know that liquid lipsticks were all the freaking rage in 2015, and your girl had them all. The ones that I want to talk about specifically right now are the ColourPop liquid lipsticks. These are amazing. They are on the site for $6, I believe, $6 US. I mean, it's a little bit more for us Canadians, but it's still a great price when you do the conversion and all of that, because most of the liquid lipsticks these days start from like $20 and up. This is a great value because they do not flake off your lips at all, and they pretty much last all day unless you're eating like, you know, something that's completely greasy. So the colors that I want to show you guys today are Kapow, which is like a gray toned pinky nude type of color, which This shade was like all the rave in 2015 as well. We have Beeper, which is a kind of pinky nude shade, and I'm wearing that color on my lips right now, and I've lined it with a light brown lip liner. I also have Trap, which is another pinky type nude shade. This one's a little bit more on the pinky side. And I also have Lax or LAX, but it's a very dark vampy red. It kind of has a slight brown undertone. Honestly, these are some of the best liquid lipsticks on the market if you're on a budget, so I would go ahead and check these out. So I should also throw in these Makeup Monsters liquid lipsticks, and not a lot of people at all have talked about these. I have had these for probably like a year or more, and I only have 2 shades. You can find Makeup Monsters on Instagram. So these liquid lipsticks are bomb.com. I know she has recently updated her packaging and also reformulated her formula. The 2 shades that I have are Cherry Moya, which is this pink shade, and I also have Talk Dirty 2, which is a reddish brown matte shade. Now, so the one thing I want to note about these Makeup Monsters liquid lipsticks is that they do dry down matte, but they are not kiss proof. So that's the only thing about them. The trade-off with that is that they are very wearable. In comparison to the ColourPop, I would probably pick these over the ColourPop simply because they are a lot more comfortable on the lips. And I think these go for about like, I think they're $16 US, in that range. So they are really, really nice and a little bit cheaper than some of the other higher end brands. So I really quickly want to touch on this lip gloss that I have, and I don't know if you're going to be able to see this, but I have put a huge dent into this lip gloss. It is just so pretty. This is a CoverGirl lip gloss, and this is in the shade Candylicious. Now this is from the Colorlicious line. It has like a pink undertone, and it kind of gives off like an iridescence look to it. I like to wear this on like really natural days when I'm just going for a simple look. This lip gloss really reminds me of Anastasia Beverly Hills's Gilded, I think it's called. It's not the same color, but it gives off that same kind of iridescence look, which I really, really love. I also have some ColourPop liners. Now I only have 2 to show you. The 2 that I have are in the shade Nevermind and Days. Now these 2 shades in particular are pretty new to their line, but I mean, if you know ColourPop, they're always coming out with new stuff. I picked this one up because they used to have another shade called Feminist, and they recently discontinued that, so I thought I needed a backup, but it's definitely comparable. Now what I like about these lip liners is that they do not tug on the lips. They're also super inexpensive, and they just go on so nicely. Like when you go to put these on your lips, they just go so smooth. Like, look at that. And the color payoff is like, there's no discounting. Another lip liner that I want to alert you guys to is very new to my collection as well. I mean, this lip liner is from the brand NYX. Now I picked this up recently when I went away. This is in the shade Mahogany, and it's just that perfect like mauve tone Kylie Jenner lip look. You can see here how smooth these liners go on. I like this shade specifically, but if you're looking for really inexpensive lip crayons in general, I would say the whole NYX line is a go-to for me. I have tons of other shades from their line, and I would definitely recommend them. So moving on to mascaras. Now I have 5 different eye mascaras here to show you. So the first one is no stranger to me. This is the Benefit They're Real mascara, and I really love this guy. Now these rubberized type of mascaras tend to really work well with my lashes because they just get right in there and separate the lashes and create length. For volume, I like to use my Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. Now this is not the typical type of one that works with my lashes per se. This is just your kind of traditional brush wand, but it's super thick and it kind of has this like curvature detail going on. It creates a lot of volume and separates and almost makes you look like you're wearing falsies. So when I'm going for a really va-va-voom look and I don't want to put lashes on, this is the mascara that I grab for. Now for something a little bit more cost effective, I have the Maybelline Lash Sensational mascara. I actually recently bought a backup to this like a few days ago. Like, I think that this compares to my Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara, but just for a cheaper price. I feel like it does everything in one. Like, it lengthens, separates, and gives me volume. Now I don't particularly like these mascaras for bottom lashes. I mean, the benefit they're real is not so bad, but I have specific mascaras that I like for my bottom lashes because I'm one of those really finicky people who can't rush doing their mascara. So for my bottom lashes specifically, I came across the Supersizer mascara. This is also by CoverGirl, and again it has that kind of rubberized wand, which I really like again, and it has these really small teeth that kind of just get in there and allow you to separate and fan out those bottom lashes. My top pick for bottom lash mascara is the L'Oreal Telescopic Carbon Black Mascara. This has become like a holy grail item. I always reach for this. This one is just like, it has a rubberized tip, but the teeth are very small. I don't know, there's something about this wand. I think it's because it's just very small and thin, and again, it does exactly what the Supersizer mascara does for me, but it's a little bit easier because the brush wand is not as thick, and so it allows me to work a little bit quicker and it gets the exact desired look that I'm looking for. Moving on to liquid liners. My top eyeliner, I would have to say, just on an everyday basis, would be my NYC liquid liner. This is like $3 at the drugstore, and I swear I've been using this since I was like in high school, and it gives you the most precise kind of look, and it's super thin brush, just allows you to get in those tight corners. It also is very black and it's also matte. The second mascara I want to tell you guys about is the Revlon Color Stay Skinny Liquid Liner, and I haven't heard a lot of people talk about this at all. This is new to me, but I really like this when I'm trying to do like a very detailed look. Moving on to brows, I want to talk really quickly about my NYX Micro Brow. Honestly, it's great. Like, it's very inexpensive and it does the job. This particular shade I have is in the shade Ash Brown, and you can see it has a mini spoolie here on the side, and then you can dispense your product out from this side. So I promise we're closing in the gap here. I want to start off by talking about my face product here, and this is also from NYX, and this is their matte bronzer. If you watch my tutorials, you'll notice that I really don't do a lot of contouring because I have a very kind of slender face. I'm more about the bronzing, and this right here just gives me the best subtle bronze look. So I usually like to use this with my Real Techniques brush, which is actually my next favorite, and this is the Expert Face brush, by the way, and it gives like a very sharp, soft kind of look, if that makes any sense. Like, it's sharp in the sense that when I apply this product, it gives that like really straight line and like almost prominent cheekbone, so it helps to like really give that look of invisible lifted cheekbones. But because the product is not super dark and it just gives a very light wash of color, it's not super harsh like contouring products can be. So I love these two in conjunction with each other. For blushes, I really love La Femme blushes on a whole, and they are super inexpensive, very pigmented. Like you can see here, this is the shade Peach, and I'm gonna swatch that on the back of my hand, and hopefully you guys can see because I know the lighting tends to wash things out a little bit, but man, like you don't even need a lot of this product at all. I have one MAC blush to show you. This is new to my collection as well, but this is the shade Swiss Chocolate. Now I like this because it's a very nice everyday brown shade, and I use this specifically when I don't like contour, bronze, or anything of that nature, specifically because it gives just like the most nice wash of color. Finally, to end this video, I know it's super long, but come on, if you're a real makeup junkie, you know you went through a lot of products in 2015. I tried out a lot of single shadows this year, and I have to say some of my favorites were from Makeup Geek. The ones on this side here are from Makeup Geek. Like, I don't even know what I was doing with my life. I don't know where I was. I wanted to try out Makeup Geek for a very long time, and I just never bit the bullet. But I believe they go for like $6 a pot on the site, and they are amazing. They're super creamy and very pigmented. Like, I don't even think I've come across a shade that is like crappy and, you know, doesn't work right. I know this shade right here is their black shade, and it's called Corrupt. It's just super buttery. Like, I'll swatch a few of them on my fingers for you right here. Yeah, they are just, they're the business. They're the business. The last set of products that I want to talk about are also eyeshadows. I mean, the brand on a whole is just, it's just, I live for this brand. I live for this brand. It's awesome. Very unique products. Now, the second half of my Z palette here is from Luxie Beauty. Now, they are, now don't quote me, but I believe they're vegan and cruelty free. I will have to put it on the screen to confirm, but I believe that's what they are. I have 4 shadows over here, and these are from her recent Aurora collection. They are pretty much a duochrome line of eyeshadows, and they're so amazing. Like, they have the most unique colors. Stay tuned because I'm definitely gonna do like a whole product lineup video for Luxie and do swatches on all of these shadows, but they're amazing. They're so pretty. And then on the other side, we just have some of her regular shadows, and then over here we have her 2 highlighters, and this is in the shade specifically Divine, and, or no, sorry, this one's Divine and this one is Valley Girl. So I've talked so much, but I'm done. Let me know if you want to see swatches or further videos on any of the products that I showed. Thank you so much for watching as always. I wish everyone a prosperous and happy new year, and until next time, we'll see you again. Bye. Just to step up the shade range on this because I honestly think this is going to be another hot ticket on the Maybelline line. If you enjoyed the video, definitely go ahead and thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and thank you so much for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Bye.